we need to cut Meals on Wheels and programs so we can increase the military budget by $54 billion. And if we do that, that's going to make us strong. Do you know what $54 billion? First of all, we can already blow the world up 7 times. I mean, how many more times do you really need? But do you know what $54 billion could do? It could provide 971,000 infrastructure jobs. It could provide 500,000 jobs in high poverty communities. It could provide 6 million slots for Head Start. It could provide 1.630 million scholarships for university students for all 4 years. It could provide 22 million children low-income health care. It could provide 15 million adults low-income health care. The issue when people tell you we don't have the money, we have the money, we just don't have the mercy or the priorities to do what is right. That's how we got here. Yes. We're being lied to. We're being lied to, and too many people are believing the con and believing the lies. I'm here to tell you, and I'll say it plain, any preacher, any minister, any rabbi, any imam that's standing on the side of oppression and not fighting for living wages and not fighting for health care is engaging in theological malpractice and a form of heresy. This is no time for people to be silent who are people of moral values and people of religious faith. Any nation that seeks to take health care, any nation that spreads xenophobia, any nation that spreads hatred against immigrants. How can you speak against immigrants now when everybody in this room was either an immigrant that came here or a slave that was brought here? How can you now want to pass laws against immigrants that your own great-great-grandmama couldn't have got through if she was trying to get in the country now? Any nation that fosters racism, any nation that accepts poverty as a norm, any nation that says when a president drops bombs, he's being presidential. And you drop bombs, and yes, Assad is wrong and mean-hearted and ugly and those children dying, but you can't drop bombs in Syria and then try to take health care from children in America. You can't drop bombs in Syria and not want to pay people a living wage in America and children die because their families can't afford to keep them alive. You can't drop bombs in Syria and not say a damn thing about poison water in Flint, Michigan. That's hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. And so that kind of hypocrisy is dangerous to a nation. It'll get us in wars we can't get out of. It'll cause death of our young people who are trying their best to serve a country. It'll have ideologues sending people into wars they won't even fight in. If we're going to have a movement in America that's going to change America, that's going to lift folk out of poverty, that's going to deal with racism, that's going to lift up workers, no more separating our movements. Don't you understand how afraid they are of our unity? Think about this. If they had to engage in voter suppression just to win, if they had to spend pornographic sums of money to divide and conquer us, if they had to go all the way to Russia and get help just to win, if they had to depend on 97 million voters, black and white and Latino, not voting, we are not weak. Somebody fears our unity because you don't cheat somebody that you can win in a fair fight. So I came by here to say what your theme says. No more separation. Black and white, Latino, let's come together. No more separation. Economics and racism, we got to bring all of that together. No more separation. White workers and black workers and health care and voting rights and immigrant rights, all of those things are interconnected. No more separation. Voting right is a union issue. Wages is a civil rights issue. We need a steadfast togetherness so that our movement will not have movement fatigue. We can't bow down now. Now we must be strong together. Now we must fight back together. Now we must save the soul of this nation together. Now we must fight for justice together. Now we must fight for love together. Now we must save our children's future together. And if we come together now, then one day, because we did, we will be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.